Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Results have come back for the third individual that was tested for the coronavirus in the CNMI. Also tonight, a curfew is being enforced for minors in the CNMI. And there are more cancellations of flights to and from Saipan, Guam, and Rota. We have the details. In sports, soccer grinds to a stop following Sunday's round thumper. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
My family is on whole home Wi-Fi powered by Plume. Since we installed the Docomo whole home Wi-Fi, what did you guys notice about it?
When you pull up the driveway, it automatically connects, and I don't have to get out of my car right away and come upstairs to go on my phone.
My favorite thing is that it doesn't buffer when I'm watching YouTube.
My favorite thing is that when Addie calls now, there's no lag. Like before it used to be where I couldn't see her sometimes and I have to hang up and then call her back, and now I don't have to do that.
You know what's a good thing too is that when you come over to visit, I could give you your own password. I can assign a time limit so that I can say that you can only be on it for 1 hour. So that means you won't get in trouble from your mom.
And then you can go home.
The thing that I love the most is that I can freeze the internet for periods of time so that we can enjoy dinner time like this. Why are you rolling your eyes? So I'll turn it back on after dinner. Whole home Wi-Fi powered by Plume. Docomo Pacific, better together.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Off a day to Ruwami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Thursday, March 19th, 2020. These results for the third individual tested for the coronavirus have come back negative. At this point in time, 4 individuals located in the CNMI have been tested for COVID-19. 3 have received negative results for the coronavirus, and CHCC is still waiting the results of the 4th individual that was tested.
We are relieved that it came back negative, and we do have the specimen for the next case is received already by Guam, and they are likely going to do the test tomorrow. We're hoping that there's no other priorities. Unfortunately, it is determined by urgency as well. So, but Guam has committed that they are going to give this as high a priority for us, specifically because they are being isolated.
There are 2 ways of testing for the coronavirus: rapid and molecular. Rapid testing produces results quickly, but is in the works by a variety of companies and is still awaiting approval by FDA before that method of testing can be used. Molecular testing is the current method being used for the coronavirus. CHCC COO Subroto Banerjee explains the procedure of how the coronavirus testing is being done.
What is the testing process? So there's a swab that collects what's called a nasopharyngeal swab from your nose. That then is put into a kit, which then that is put into a machine called an ABI 7500. Okay? So we have these swabs. Okay, currently we do not have the machine, so therefore we don't really need the kits at this point. So it's Guam that needs to have all the kits so that they can take our swabs, put it into the kit, put it into the machine, and then within about 24 to 48 hours, you should have the result.
Currently, the CNMI is only taking test swabs, which are being sent to Guam. Test kits will be used by CHCC once the ABI machine arrives, which is expected to be mid-April, but according to Munya, could be as early as the end of March. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell. The Commonwealth Ports Authority has announced the suspension of all international flights into the CNMI. According to a release from CPA, as of today, there are no scheduled flights arriving from China, Korea, and Japan beginning April 1st. And starting on March 27th, there will be no direct arriving international flights into the CNMI. CPA states they will limit hours to 8 a.m. to noon for landing and flight operations, except emergencies and COVID-19 emergencies, beginning on March 27th. On Tinian and Rota, aircraft flight and landing operations will be limited to the hours of 8 a.m. to noon, starting this Saturday, March 21st. CPA reminds the public the authority to close the border and suspend travel in and out of the Commonwealth is completely in the hands of the Department of Homeland Security and is not a decision that can be made by the CNMI government. CPA has, however, been in contact with federal partners to raise concerns of the impact of COVID-19 involving traveling and the health and safety of employees at the ports and those within the CNMI. Star Marianas is taking under advisement the possibility of only providing inter-island travel for emergencies and cargo transportation. With Governor Torres' executive order, anyone traveling into the CNMI from a country with a COVID-19 outbreak must self-quarantine for 14 days, unless the traveler has a DPHSS certified document stating he or she is not infected. This also applies to anyone seeking entry into Guam that has spent a week or more in a location affected by COVID-19, per orders by Guam's Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. Under the authority of Executive Order 2020-004, Governor Ralph Torres has added another directive that enforces curfew law. To reduce the risk of the spread of COVID-19, Governor Torres has directed the Department of Public Safety and all CNMI law enforcement officers to strictly enforce the curfew laws for minors throughout the Commonwealth. The extended curfew hours for minors are now from 7 p.m. until 6 a.m. Exemptions to the law are minors who are accompanied by adults, those who are in the direct route driving and returning home, and those who are lawfully employed during the hours specified. Any person who violates the directive may be imprisoned for a period not to exceed 30 days and up to 250 hours of community service. Parents, guardians, or adults who have custody may also be fined $750 for permitting minors to violate the provisions. Under the declaration of state of public health emergency, the CNMI is able to get assistance from federal programs. Here are the details.
The CNMI is working collaboratively with several federal programs, such as the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, who has provided several opportunities for the fight against the coronavirus.
So HHS gave a waiver when this case became, reached the United States. They have given a waiver that allows individuals in federal grants to be utilized as part of our surveillance team. So we've been using that, avoiding, minimizing the cost, using whatever funding that we've already been awarded to make use of that.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has also provided some assistance.
So some of the funding has come from CDC with existing grants. For example, the epidemiology laboratory capacity. There's funding already that we received. We are looking at other funding from the Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response. That's also coming in the pipeline. So there's certain things that are coming in our way. Our goal is to, have that plan on how to utilize those funds and ensure that we accomplish specifically what's in that plan. Mm-hmm. And this is the pandemic plan, emergency plan. Those are things that already exist in our system, and we are going to operationalize it and ensuring those funds are utilized that way.
FEMA has been involved as well to ensure that the CNMI be reimbursed with any spending pertaining to the COVID-19.
Within this declaration, We have Esther Muña, who is the CEO under this. She actually, with the request and working with CDC and HHS, we work collaboratively in making that plan, what is needed here on the island. The task force will come in after that and disseminate that, working with all the other partners, PSS, NMC, all the other departments to disseminate that part of the original, or rather the plan that needs to be executed.
Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemis.
The Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation announces some changes for dialysis policies due to the COVID-19. The CHCC Dialysis Center is taking all precautionary and safety measures to ensure the protection and health of patients who are receiving treatment. Effective immediately and until further notice, visitors and caregivers are not allowed to remain chairside during treatment. Considerations will be given to patients who are non-ambulatory and have a medical condition in which the patient becomes totally dependent on caregivers for basic needs. Caregivers are asked to patiently wait outside until treatments are complete and to promote social distancing. No more than 5 people will be allowed in the waiting area. Other visitors are currently not allowed, especially for patients in isolation. Patients are asked to call the dialysis center if they are experiencing a new cough, fever, and shortness of breath, or any unusual symptoms. You may reach them at 236-8303. United Airlines has canceled more flights in result of the new government mandates. Adjustments are being implemented to the Guam flight schedules in efforts to quell the COVID-19 outbreak on island under government mandates. The new schedule will go into effect starting March 22nd and run through May 3rd. United Airlines has released flights going between Guam and Saipan will operate 4 times a week, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Flights between Guam and Narita will run daily until April 6th, then will fly every 2 days. Flights between Guam and Nagoya will be daily until March 29th, then the route will be suspended. One of the daily flights between Guam and Osaka will be suspended starting March 30th. 1 flight will operate from Guam to Koror on Thursdays and 1 flight from Koror to Guam on Fridays. And all flights to and from Manila will be suspended, including the Manila to Koror segment. United is waiving change fees for any booking made between March 3rd and the 31st, domestic or international. Contact United Reservations for assistance. Coming up, local businesses take a step forward to assist those most vulnerable to the virus. Stay tuned.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. I'm in love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Hey, we know that in life, it happens. And when it does, Dial Rent Own is here to help. Come down and get a new phone today. It's easy. It's quick. We've got Apple and Samsung phones in stock and ready to go. Flush your worries away and come to Dial Rent Own. No credit needed. And ask about how you can save 50% when you pay cash. Dial Rent Own.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do. Restaurants, spas, activities, and culture. It's all in one place, in high definition, on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Many stores and businesses have adjusted store hours to comply with Governor Torres' executive order. Sally Lemus has the details.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, social distancing has been advised and declared by Governor Ralph Torres. With this, some stores have allotted a certain time strictly for senior citizens.
We just recently implemented today, starting Thursday, March 19th, the Manamku shopping hour, which is basically in lieu of the whole, COVID-19 that's been going on lately and the current situation that our island is in. We thought that for the safety, of course, of our elderlies and our senior citizens, that it'd be best to make them feel safe and away from all these crowded areas.
The Manamko shopping hour is from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and is only offered at the Susupi branch.
We know that Manamkos are prone to the virus, so we want them to feel as comfortable and as safe and welcome to shop in an uncrowded environment.
Marketing manager Jet Domingo says the first day of Manamko shopping hour turned out pretty good.
We got a lot of positive feedback from our Manamkus who are very thankful that we did this for them on behalf of them as well. So that makes us really happy.
Another store has also made the decision to start devoting a specific time for the elderly.
We're actually really happy to launch that. It was something that we had been thinking about for some time. And with the onset of what's been going on throughout the world right now, we thought it would be best to do it starting next week, which is going to be every Tuesday and Wednesday. Everybody 55 and older can come into the store between the hours of 7 and 8. And our intents are to allow our elderly shoppers to shop knowing full well that it's going to be a safe environment for them.
KSPN reached out to Chamber President Velma Palacios, who released a statement. We applaud businesses that are finding creative ways to help keep our consumers and our families safe. We thank them for thinking of our Manamko at times like this. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Lemis.
Congressman Gregorio Khalili Sablan is back in Washington, D.C. to ask for help for the Marianas. And today, the Family's First Coronavirus Response Act was passed by the Senate and signed by President Trump, giving paid sick leave, Medicaid increase, and food aid for the Marianas. Here is what Sablan is working on. The Marianas is in need of an infusion of funds for government operations. This is where Congressman introduced H.R. 6123 to provide $100 million immediately to the Commonwealth government for essential services and for employees to continue to get paid.
I've already introduced a bill saying that $100 million for government operations. And I'd like to see if I could get that bill included in this, $800 billion plus program bill.
Sablan is also asking for cash payments to laid-off workers, specifically because there is no unemployment insurance in the Pacific territories.
There is a program that we're familiar with under FEMA when not cyclones, for displaced workers or workers who lost. Right now, there are also laws where, you have to get paid if you're on sick leave. You will be paid on sick leave, although we know that some businesses in the Marianas don't have sick leave for their employees. But there are ways to do this, and that's, many in D.C. don't know this, don't understand how this mirror image tax laws that we have doesn't exactly image what's in the nation, because we can opt to not apply for programs. I wrote to the governor asking him to declare an emergency, a disaster emergency, and ask the White House and FEMA to assist us in working through that with the U.S. Department of Labor and our own Department of Labor to get the money to cover for the unemployment insurance that we can't get.
Sablan is asking support for industries that underlie tourism. This is in all parts of the U.S.
I'm going to be sending the governor a letter today asking him to write and request for the implementation of an SBA program where the SBA could make very low interest loans to businesses for working capital or for, purchase or for payment of loans because there is no business right now, especially in the tour industry, in the hospitality industry. But the governor has to actually apply for that, and so I'm respectfully asking him to apply for that, so our businesses could avail themselves of those programs. And I think four state governors have already asked and applied for those, and all four have been approved.
Congressman Sablan is pushing for procedures to be put in place to test staff for the coronavirus in order for continuing function of Congress. After the news tonight, tune into Vintage News. On July 6, 1993, the Palau Supreme Court upheld a referendum allowing a majority to approve the compact that would align the islands to the United States. A senator was pushing Congress to give the CNMI $4 million for American Memorial Park. And people were continuing to dump their waste oil into the public sewer system that was killing the bacteria needed to treat raw sewage. Not very safe for the site workers.
I guess not. Well, thank you, Ashley. Coming up, the last soccer game that we've seen for a while. We don't know when they're coming back, but we know when KSPN2 Sports is coming back. It's next.
Have a team or company? Bring them to the Adventure Specialist, Saipan's homegrown Marianas Trekking. Our guided adventures will challenge and excite you, and our award-winning photographers will capture it in a unique and unforgettable way. Check out our off-roading, go-karting, mountain biking, hiking, and snorkeling. And we have top-notch rental gear, too. So bring your team, bring your family, or bring your best friend. Marianas Trekking inside the Mariana Resort.
Grow your business with the Channel 2 News. Our professional staff are here to help you market your product, brand, service, or business in the most effective way possible. Be it state-of-the-art video services, graphics, or animation, we will make sure that you reach your target audience. Flametree TV, now in all CNMI hotels and most homes. It's your best marketing tool.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, soccer games, like so many other leagues, are on hold until further notice. Let's take a look at the most recent action from the Kville pitch.
A battle of the unbeatens, all blue and blue. Well, what'd you expect? Versus KSPN2 Pyrie and Blood Red. All blue, the National Boys team had one win and one draw, same as Pyrie going into week 3. Both teams hot on the tail of tan holdings. After a scoreless first half, the two teams engaged in a furious and physical style of soccer for the 45-minute second half. Alan Guadino with the interception. He spots a teammate breaking downfield, but oh! That's offsides.
Oh my God! Danny! Run sideways!
All blue on the counterattack. Gabriel Arco, the header for Aloy Zeus Angeles, who gets run over. Dave Bush clears. Oliver Fajardo has the ball stolen by Chris Nelson. Oh, then that's a trip. No yellow card, just a common foul. Allen with the free kick. Jaira Yobe just misses taking the lead there as the ball slips past the goal. Allen lofting the ball again. Right idea, but the execution, a little bit off. 84th minute, still 0-0. Caden Church out to Takaborha, over to Brian Lubau. The long shot off Bush's gloves into the net. Goal! All blue. And Pyrie was feeling blue, but not out of it. All blue go shopping for insurance. That rocket shot goes to the side of the net. Final 5 minutes, both teams going all out, sacrificing their bodies for the sake of the team. Danny Aguto for the equalizer, all blue with the stopper. Fajardo, the corner kick, successfully defended by KSPN2 Pyrie at the expense of all blue, I should say. Final seconds, Caden taking matters into his own feet. He beats one defender, runs past another, finds an opening. He turns, he drills a shot, and this time Bush is sure to gobble it up. He throws out to Nelson on the sideline, and down goes Nelson.
Oh!
Gosh. Time runs out. All blue with a hard-fought 1-0 victory to take over second place all by themselves.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Let's roll at Gold's Gym Saipan with group exercise for every body. Total Resistant Exercise, or TRX, helps develop your core and improve strength. And Zumba toning is probably the funnest way to get fit. The Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplements. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Just another beautiful day here in Paradise. High 88, the low 80, that's the highest low we've had all year. Humidity down to 59%, tomorrow partly sunny. Probably won't rain. East wind 15 to 20 miles an hour. High 88, low 79. Sea 6 to 8 feet. Sunrise at 6:21, high tide at 6:27. A low tide 1 past noon, sunset at 6:28.
Well, I can honestly say I'll be happy when we have a day that's not all just hard news.
You'll be happy that it's not all hard news with this coronavirus. I will be happy when there are no stories about this virus.
I know. I think it's going to be quite some time on that one.
When is that going to happen? That's the day I'm looking forward to.
Me as well. It'll be a while, a lot of waiting to do, but there will be a day.
All right. I'll try to be patient.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Tune in tomorrow night at 6.
Good night.